Hard Knocks, episode 4. I thought way less Caleb Williams than we've seen, which was I don't know if it's good or bad, but he didn't have a lot of airtime, I didn't think. One thing I thought though, when he was in that meeting, when they were talking about the rule, with spiking the ball, he just seemed so uninterested and like he wasn't even paying attention. And then I started thinking that I kind of got that impression from him throughout the series so far that I just wonder how focused he is on all that stuff and how much studying he's going to do. You look at guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, who they were so good because of all that time they put in focusing and studying. And I don't know. I question that about him.
Yeah, I think it's tough to. I mean, because I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but I think that's probably just hard to encapsulate with how much film they have, and then they take a piece like that, and it doesn't look the greatest, but we don't know the 5 or 10 minutes before that clip. Maybe they discussed it for 10 minutes, and they just showed you for that 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean it's like Jason Brown said, Coach JB, you're judging me based on, you know, 6 hours of footage over how many hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. So
uh,
maybe they're just
Yeah,
not.
do you think quarterbacks today spend more time game planning um than like Brady early on or like Favre
Oh,
or like those guys? Do you think they spend as much time prepping for games as they did as you thought they did, I guess, with Manning and Brady and those guys?
yeah, I don't know. I wonder if Manning and Brady were a little bit ahead of their time, and now that's kind of the model, and so that's what everyone does now. I don't know.
Well, it was
Kirk,
like that whole Kyler Murray thing. They had to like put it in his contract and force him to watch film,
yeah.
which is, man, if I was a pro, I'd watch all the film.
Speaking of quarterbacks, so I guess, I was kind of thinking that Brett Rippon was going to be the backup, but apparently they did make Tyson Badgett the number two, they said, obviously.
Yeah.
And so now what's the other guy's name? Reed. And is it Reed, I think? And then Rippon are battling it out for that third spot. Tyson Badgett, nice game against who was against Kansas City. Against Kansas City. More airtime for his dad, Tyler Badgett, the arm wrestler. That was kind of funny. That guy is entertaining. That guy should have a reality show on his own.
Yeah, I think didn't Badgett get some time regular season last year? Didn't he play in some games?
He may have. I honestly don't even know.
But I think it's the right move
Yeah, solid number two.
for sure.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, the guy from Howard, the doctor, torn ACL. I was a little bit surprised they are keeping him on IR. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
that is surprising for a guy that was on like he was kind of on the tinker line, wasn't he, of making
Yeah,
it or not? And
but then it makes you wonder, was that just like Hard Knocks storyline? Was he really actually on the bubble or not? Because you would think if he's
yeah,
actually on the bubble and he
true.
tore his ACL, why wouldn't they just cut him then?
Yeah, that is true. I
well,
don't
where did
know.
they draft him at? Was he a late draft or?
He was either late or free agent. He said, well, he's the one that did the rookie show, and he said his signing bonus was
Oh, yeah.
7,500 bucks. So
That is true. That is true. Well, maybe it doesn't hurt them at all to have him on maybe IR.
He might have been one of the undrafted guys.
Ian Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't even say he was drafted on here.
Yeah, maybe he was
Unless they picked him up late, or I don't know how that works. They get those you can like sign guys after the draft to
oh yeah,
show
yeah.
up. One of those kind of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I did see something as well that remember we were talking about how there was no cussing.
Yeah.
I saw something that I don't know if it's accurate or not, but the owner of the Bears is like a very old woman.
Okay.
and she is like highly against cussing and doesn't want cussing. She doesn't
Really?
want people to watch her team cussing
Yeah.
on a television show.
I just looked her
I
up.
did. I just.
Virginia Hallis McCaskey, 101 years old.
Oh,
So she said no cussing for it, none at all.
Okay, that
If you
makes sense.
do, you're fired.
There must be something in the water in Chicago because Sister Jean, she just turned 105.
Yeah, Sister Jean.
Speaking of Chicago, the three backup quarterbacks, um, they had a little trip to what's the name of that building? It used to be the Sears Tower. What do they call it now?
you stand on the edge there. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, let me look it up. Sears Tower. What's it called now? Starts with a W, doesn't it?
Willis Tower.
Edge.
Yeah, Willis. I did that just a couple of years ago, and I hate heights.
You did the whole like the lean thing?
Not the lean, but I walked out. I walked out onto the glass.
The clear glass.
Oh,
Boys, insane.
yeah, no thanks.
Did you get your picture taken, Kurt?
Yeah, sure did. Yeah.
All
Did
right,
did
all
you
right.
and your kids do that too?
We did. We
Yeah.
did. Fun experience down in Chicago.
I get the shakes up there.
Yeah.
Seriously, you
Uh,
do. Trust me. It is like holy cow.
Yeah, no thanks.
yeah, so not a lot of Caleb Williams. Maybe we'll see more of him, and there's still 2 episodes to go. This is kind of, I feel like this is kind of that point in the series where you start to kind of lose interest. No more preseason games. Actually, you know what? Next episode could be pretty good because today's cut day. So episode five.
Some teams, yeah, some doesn't say some teams were already making cuts. I saw yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So next week's episode, we could see, some cuts. We'll find out. Well, obviously you can just Google it, but we'll find out on the show which quarterback they got to let go, um, and any of the other bubble guys that are going to get cut. So 2 more episodes to go. We'll preview or we'll recap episode 5 next week, Wednesday.